All right, here we go. Let's get it. As one, Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. Let me just address this real quick. The recording this March 11th, 2024, day after it was a major matchup in women's college basketball between the defending champion, the last two champions, in fact, South Carolina Gamecocks taking on LSU Tigers. You know, last 2 years they've been the champions, and there's been just a lot. There was a lot of hype behind that matchup, and I'm sure, hopefully, we get to see those two teams battle it out again, because they do have some fantastic players, and it does show women's sports in a light that I think it is great to see them competitive. I think it is great to see them out there competing their ass off, you know, not liking each other, not playing nice, quote unquote, really being competitive. But let's address what actually made the news, right? None of everything that I just laid out to you, none of that stuff made the news. None of the headlines read, okay, USC wins an SEC championship. Go check your ESPN app, go check what happened in the game, and the first thing you're gonna see is a whole fight breaks out, a scuffle breaks out, a brawl between two teams that the majority of these players are black players, black females out there swinging on some hood bullshit, and, you know, just things in which you don't want to represent the game that way. You know, in fact, I remember years ago back when there was a huge fight. There was a huge fight in the WNBA, and I remember Lisa Leslie going on camera, I believe it was like a press conference after, where she said, look, we only get so few opportunities to be on TV. For us to represent ourselves in a way in which we're out there swinging and fighting is not good. And it brings me to today's Move Swiftly thought in terms of what actually makes the news. Just last year, again, just a year ago at this time, there was all this back and forth between, you know, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, and, you know, I believe it was even Dawn Staley who said it after the Final Four loss, where apparently she was talking to members of the media and calling them out about how they might have called her team thugs and, you know, playing bully ball and things of that nature, you know, really insinuating some racial undertones when it comes to the way she was, you know, throwing some shade in some of her commentary after the game, and some of the things that she had taken personally about how they speak about her players. And this happens, all right? Not a good thing. This is not a good thing. And I can appreciate, I love Dawn. I love me some Dawn Staley. Love me some Dawn Staley. I know I've liked Gino Auriemma because everybody else hates him, but it seems like the torch has officially been passed to Dawn Staley in terms of who's going to be dominating women's college basketball over the next couple of years. And I remember, you know, just yesterday after the game, you saw it in her face, you saw it in the press conference after, in the interview after, where it was just like, you know, we need to do a better job. We can't have people, you know, pushing and shoving and doing stuff extra. You know, again, we want to be competitive, but we can't have the player's brother coming out of the sideline, out of the stands. He came out of the stands. One of the, I think it was Flo Johnson's brother, who came out of the stands. And again, you're a guy. Like, what are you gonna do? you jump out of the stands as a male, and what are you gonna do? You know, put your hands on a woman, and you know what exactly was he thinking in that thing? Now, I get you want to protect your youngest sister, and your initial reaction is to protect her, but seriously, what are you going to do? This is a scuffle between women, and you're a man. Are you gonna actually go on the court? Are you going to go on the court and actually put your hands on a woman with all these cameras watching you? I don't mean, it's not a laughing matter, but now that all my videos, everything I do is unfiltered conversation, impromptu speaking and things like that. So it's now hitting me actually as I'm thinking about what exactly he's going to do that isn't going to vigilant. I don't even think he actually touched anyone. I think actually what happened is he got out the stands, he walked onto the court, and he ended up, you know, getting taken away in handcuffs, because you just can't do that. And I thank God that it ended there. I thank God that nobody got hurt or nobody nothing actually too serious happened. But the main point of today's Move Swiftly thought is just giving you the perspective and understanding, even though these are two great teams, probably two teams that'll be back in the Final Four, look at what made the news and look at what people are going to be talking about. Look at how the sport is being represented, and it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all, especially seeing that the majority of these players on both these teams, South Carolina and LSU, the majority of players on this team are young black females, and this is the way you're being represented and what's being represented nationally. So think about that, understand that, and really take that into consideration when you're going out and you're building your image. All right, this is the era of name, image, and likeness. And like I told you in a couple articles ago, image is the important word. It's the image that gets the bag. It's the image that makes it so people want to invest in you and things of that nature. All right. Main website to check out to dive deeper into all my work, MakeYaMove.com. That's MakeYaMove.com. One-stop shop for all your teamwork and your self-development needs. As one, Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker. Checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.